The rain hammered against the bay windows of the sprawling estate like fists demanding entry, each drop a relentless accusation. I stood frozen in the dimly lit study, the will clutched in my trembling hands, the lawyer's sympathetic gaze burning into my back. Everything to his lost niece, the words blurred on the page, ink swimming in my tears. But it was a photo tucked inside the envelope that gutted me, a faded Polaroid of a young woman with my husband's eyes, his secretive smile. My husband, the dying billionaire I'd nursed through endless nights of agony, had left me nothing but this bombshell, proof of a life he'd hidden, a betrayal that shattered the foundation of our 30-year marriage. I collapsed into the leather armchair, its worn creases cradling me like a reluctant embrace. The room smelled of aged oak and faint cigar smoke, remnants of Harold's final days when he'd whisper apologies into the ether, his frail hand squeezing mine. "You're my world, Evelyn," he'd rasped, his voice a gravelly echo of the man who'd swept me off my feet in a whirlwind romance. I'd believed him. God, how I'd believed him, pouring my soul into his care, changing 4 bags at 3 a.m., wiping sweat from his brow as cancer ravaged his body, holding him through morphine-induced nightmares. Now, a niece? We'd never spoken of family beyond our childless union. My mind raced, denial crashing in like waves. Maybe a forgery, a cruel joke from a disgruntled heir. But the handwriting was his elegant loops-eyed trace in love letters decades ago. The lawyer cleared his throat, his polished shoes scuffing the Persian rug. "Mrs. Whittaker, if you'd like time to—" "No," I snapped, voice sharper than intended. Guilt flickered. He was just a messenger. "Tell me about her. This niece." He shifted, adjusting his tie. "Her name is Clara." Harold provided her details in a sealed addendum. "She's 28, lives in Seattle." He wanted discretion. Discretion. The word twisted like a knife. Harold had always been guarded about his past, orphaned young, built his tech empire from nothing. I'd chalked it up to pain, never pressed. Now, doubt seeded, those late-night business calls in his study, the locked drawer I'd never questioned. I rose, legs unsteady, and poured scotch from the decanter, the amber liquid glugging like suppressed sobs. The burn down my throat mirrored the fire in my chest, anger bubbling beneath heartbreak. How could he? After I'd sacrificed my career, my dreams, to be his rock? That evening, alone in our cavernous bedroom, I rifled through his desk. The key was hidden where he'd always stashed it, behind a framed photo of us on our honeymoon, laughing under Hawaiian palms. Inside, letters, dozens, yellowed with age, addressed to my dearest Clara. My heart hammered as I unfolded one, dated 5 years ago. "Your mother sends her love. She's proud of the woman you become. Forgive me for the distance. It's to protect everyone." "Mother, not aunt." The room spun, silk sheets whispering as I sank to the floor. Clara wasn't a niece. She was his daughter, from another woman. Confusion warred with love's remnants. Harold had been faithful, hadn't he? Our marriage wasn't perfect, arguments over his workaholic ways, my quiet resentment. But infidelity? I rationalized, perhaps before we met. But the dates didn't align. Clara was born during our early years together. Fear gripped me. What if I'd been blind? Those conferences in Europe, returning with vague stories and expensive gifts that felt like guilt offerings. I dismissed the red flags, too in love to see. I dialed the number from the addendum, my finger hovering before pressing call. What if she knew? What if she hated me? The line rang, each tone a heartbeat. A soft voice answered. "Hello? Is this Clara?" My words caught, throat tight. "Yes. Who is this?" "Evelyn Whittaker, Harold's wife." Silence stretched, heavy with unspoken truths. "He left you everything. But I need to know, did you know about me?" Her breath hitched. I only met him a few times. He said you were kind, that he loved you deeply. But my mother, she was his secretary back then. It was a mistake, he said. One night, after a late meeting, he supported us quietly, but swore us to secrecy. A mistake. The word echoed, shattering my denial. Anger surged. How dare he reduce a life-altering betrayal to that? Yet guilt gnawed. I'd sense his distractions, the emotional walls, but chose comfort over confrontation. Why the lie about being his niece? I whispered, voice cracking, to spare you pain. He was dying, Evelyn. He didn't want to break your heart before he went. Too late. Tears streamed as memories flooded. His tender kisses, the way he'd hold me during storms, vowing eternity. Love twisted into confusion. Did he ever truly love me, or was I just a stable facade? Moral conflict tore at me. Part of me wanted to lash out. Contest will expose a fraud. But another part ached for understanding. Harold wasn't a monster. He was flawed, haunted by regrets, building walls to protect what he cherished. Even in betrayal, his final act shielded me from public scandal. We talked for hours, her voice a mirror of his inflections. Warm, hesitant. She shared stories. Birthday cards signed Uncle H, anonymous tuition payments. No malice in her, just a young woman caught in his web of secrets. He regretted it every day, she said softly. He told me you were his greatest joy. The conversation ended with fragile promises to meet. Hanging up, I wandered the estate's fog-shrouded gardens, dew-soaked grass chilling my bare feet. The moon cast skeletal shadows from ancient oaks, wind whispering accusations. Heartbreak consumed me, shattered trust leaving jagged edges. Yet amid the ruins, a flicker of forgiveness stirred. Harold's betrayal wasn't born of cruelty, but weakness, a momentary lapse in a life of ambition and isolation. Days later, at the wedding's aftermath, a final envelope arrived, from Harold via his lawyer. Inside, a letter, "My Evelyn, forgive me. Clara is my daughter, from a night I wish I could erase. I loved you too much to lose you. The fortune is hers because you have my heart, always did. Build anew." Enclosed, a deed to a secluded villa we'd dreamed of, in my name alone. The twist hit like lightning. He planned it all, betting on my compassion to bridge the gap. Anger flared anew, manipulation even in death. But as I clutched the paper, smelling his faint cologne, love's embers reignited. Betrayal's sting lingered, but so did understanding. In the quiet dawn, I whispered to the empty room, "Damn you, Harold. I still love you." The words hung, a bittersweet release, leaving me stunned, reflective, forever changed.